What's going on, guys? In today's video, I'm going to be bringing you guys along on one of my most recent smart home upgrades. I consider it to be a very important smart home upgrades because a lot of smart home upgrades are, done just for fun or just because, you think it might be cool. They're not necessarily important, but this one right here, there's a few benefits for. So what we did was replace every manual shade in the house with automated shades from Beasen. Personally, I love automated blinds because I personally use them myself, and they've saved me a lot of time. Like, I've got automation set up where they'll open up, when the sun rises, and they'll close down when the sun sets. So you can set it up however you want. If you've got windows in weird positions that you can't always reach, having automated shades makes it so much easier to operate those shades. You can use voice assistants, or you can, app control them, or even use a remote control. At least you can do all of those with the Beasen home shades I'll be talking about in today's video. So I'm gonna be bringing you guys through the installation process, the setup process with the app and the remote, as well as, kind of like a review or show you guys how it integrates into the smart home we are currently upgrading. When you're picking up blinds from Beasen Home, you can either choose the DIY installation process or you can have a professional do the installation for you. If you choose to go DIY like we'll be doing in this upgrade, you'll be presented with customization options to help create the perfect blind for your needs. The shade style we chose were 100% blackout safari, and we got those in midnight color. They've got other choices, but we thought the midnight worked very well with the overall aesthetic of the house. We chose the blackout roller shade for the modern look, the complete privacy, and the fact that it's great at light blockage. This type of shades are usually great for use in home theater setups. They're also perfect for day sleepers or anyone who needs to block out light completely. For our little project, the plan was to replace 4 old manual shades with 4 smart motorized roller shades. One in the living room, main bedroom, basement theater, and onto the back door. The first thing we had to do was take some measurements before placing the order. These measurements have to be entered when making the order, and they include things like the width and the height of the window. The measurements taken also depends on the type of mount you choose, and there's 2 types to pick from. The inside mount has to be installed inside the window recess, but this style doesn't work for every kind of window. There's a minimum window depth requirement for this to work. It also requires that your shade measurements be very precise, and you run the risk of getting a poor fit. It does provide the tightest seal to prevent light from coming in, and this can be great if you're already installing some blackout shades. The outside mount, on the other hand, has to be installed above the window and covers the entire frame. There's a step-by-step guide on the customization page for taking the correct measurement for both styles. You've also got 4 types of motors to pick from. The standard motor, which only works with the remote. The Zigbee motor, which works with the remote, SmartThings, Google, and Alexa. The Alexa motor, which works with the remote and only Alexa. Finally, we've got the Apple HomeKit motor, which works with the remote and Apple devices. This is what we opted for since the smart home was already being built around the Home app. You can also add on a solar panel to each blind for an alternate source of power other than charging through USB. This can actually be great for windows that are hard to reach. If you choose to order a multi-channel remote, you have 2 choices, a 5 and a 15-channel variant, which simply translates to how many individual shades each one can control. You've also got 2 types of rolls, the standard roll and the reverse roll. These determine how the shades will roll out, whether from the front or from behind. You can also pay for a cassette valance or skip that altogether and save some money. Personally, I find that it finishes off the entire look and makes it look very modern. As for the motor side, make sure to choose to have it installed on the side closest to a power outlet, or you might need to charge with a power bank every time. You can also select light blockers if you're looking for a greater blackout effect from your shades. Each blind ships free, comes with a limited lifetime warranty, and each box comes labeled with all the information you provide while ordering. This is actually great for identifying which box to open and install in each room. We started the upgrade process with the largest window, which was located in the living room. Besides the shade itself, there were a few other things that came inside the box. There was a few manuals, a long USB charging cable, but no adapter, so you're gonna have to get yours, 2 or 3 mounting brackets and anchors with screws. You'll also get a solar panel, remote control, batteries, and anything else you opted for while you were ordering. It didn't take very long for us to get all the shades mounted in each room. You might want to get some extra pair of hands to help, but this can definitely be done by one person as well. The tools we used include a tape measure, power drills, screwdrivers, level, and a pencil. First, we took off the old shades and got rid of it. To begin mounting, me and my brother installed 2 brackets 4 inches from the far ends of either side of the shades, and the extra bracket we installed approximately at the center. After this, we mounted the shades the way we'd want the final install to look, and then marked the holes in each bracket. Next, we took the brackets off the shade and mounted them directly onto the marked out spots we drew initially. The brackets have got holes for mounting vertically or horizontally. Once this part was done, all we had left to do was snap the head rail into the mounted brackets. This part was really easy, and that's really all it takes to get the shades mounted without any professional help. You can also install the solar panel around this point if you choose to use one. All you've got to do is stick it on using 3M tape. So find a nice spot to kind of keep it out of sight as well. Also make sure it's the spot you're getting the most light from that window. We moved on to the bedroom window, which was also an inside mount but smaller than the first one, so we only had 2 brackets sent with this one. The installation for this was just as easy and even faster after doing it the first time. The next room was the home theater down in the basement. The window here was mostly just shorter, so this also came with 2 brackets. We opted for the inside mount for the window just like the other 2. After replacing the old shades, the final result looked great and was also a lot cleaner than the old combo. The last shade we installed was the only one with an outside mount, and we chose this because this was meant to be installed on the backside of a door. There was no way an inside mount would have worked. No way in hell. The installation process was the same as that of the inside mount, except the brackets got installed on the outside this time. Once everything was done, the next step was to set up the remote control. While ordering, you can pick between a 5 or a 15 channel remote, and we chose a 5 channel remote. The remotes are usually cordless and can be mounted onto the wall for easier access. We decided not to, but you know, it's as easy as drilling the holder into the wall. The 5 channel remote also has a really modern look and feel to it. It uses a pair of AAA batteries to stay powered, and they send you, 2 to start, but subsequent replacements have to be done by you. At the top of the remote, there's 5 LEDs indicating which shade is being controlled currently. There's also about 5 buttons on the remote control for cycling through, as well as controlling each shade. So each remote comes already paired to the shade which it came with, but you can always reset this connection. We decided to keep the original pairing and connect the other 3 shades to different channels for individual control. There's a remote pairing manual which comes in the box as well, which will provide a step-by-step guide on how you can set up the remote with your shades. Don't worry, it's extremely fast and easy, just like everything else has been. If you choose to use the shades with a voice assistant or through your smart home app, make sure to choose the right motor when you're ordering. We chose the Apple HomeKit motors and can confirm that the setup process for that was a breeze. The code required by the Home app to add new accessories is located at the base of each shade. All you have to do is put the motor into pairing mode by pressing and holding the power button until the shade jogs up and down once. Then go ahead and scan or enter the code, and voila! The blind is added to the Home app. It'll give you more control over each shade and how they lift up or down. You can group them or separate them by rooms. You can set how much you want each shade to open or close to the exact level. You can also set up automations for how you want the shades to behave in various situations. Say you want them opening up at 10 a.m. in the morning, or you want them to respond based on a scene that you've created. If you like using voice assistants, you can use one to control the shades as well. In our case, Siri responded very well to every command involving the shades, and we couldn't be happier with the results. After mounting, app setup, and remote pairing, you'd want to give the shades a full charge. To do that, you'll need to either charge for 6 hours straight to get about 6 months of use out of each, or try adding solar panels to your order, and you might never have to charge them ever again. I'm not sure about that last bit there, and only time will tell about the solar panels because we just had them installed. According to Beasen, the shades are also water resistant and super easy to clean. So far, the shades from Beasen Home seem to function as expected, and they look really good too. They're also very affordable in comparison to some that I've bought in the past. If you've been looking to upgrade your smart home by adding automated shades or just anything at all, then now's a great time, especially since Black Friday sales are looking great on the Beasen website. That's pretty much it for this one. I will catch you guys in my next one. It's Tommy, and I'm out, y'all.